I do every weekday to talk about trademarks. Today, I would like to talk about a trademark case study involving everybody's favorite taco place, Taco Bell. Now, Taco Bell's been around for a long time, and their logo has had quite an evolution over the years, and I want to talk about that. So, as I've said, anything can serve as a trademark so long as it distinguishes your goods and services from another company's goods and services. This is true for logos as well. Now, a lot of times you'll have a logo that evolves over time. I did a video early on, I think back in February, about the Betty Crocker logo and the ways that it's evolved over time. Now, remember that in order to have trademark rights, you need to actually be using the trademark on goods and services, goods or services that are sold in interstate commerce or offered for sale in interstate commerce. If you're not using the logo in interstate commerce, then you don't have rights to the trademark. So every time you update your logo, it's really, really important that you also register a trademark for the new logo. And Taco Bell, who is owned by Yum Brands, seriously, their stock symbol, their stock ticker symbol is actually YUM, Yum. They have evolved their logo over time and carefully updated their trademark registrations to reflect their changed logo. So I want to show you how their logo has evolved over time. Let me get rid of a couple things that are blocking here. Okay, so we can see that when they started out, 1962, I had no idea that Taco Bell had been around for so long because, you know, tacos weren't really a thing in the 60s. Mexican food was considered a little bit exotic for we Caucasian non-Mexican types. So here's their first logo, this kind of circus-looking Taco Bell thing. I don't even remember this. I wasn't old enough to remember it. Then they went to this kind of stylized letter. I don't remember this one either, to be perfectly honest. And I was old enough to remember that. And then they went to this Taco Bell. This is the first one that I really remember seeing as a kid. I had no idea that it was so late. This would have been when I was in high school when they had that. But I didn't really realize that this logo was so new. This is the only one I ever remember them having. Then they kind of switched to this more sort of stylized purple thing. Not sure what purple has to do with tacos, but apparently they like the purple because they've continued that with the purple and pink Taco Bell logo. And then in 2016, they adopted this purple logo with the more sort of non-stylized Taco Bell lettering. So the point is that they actually did, oops, let me make sure I'm showing myself again here. Hello, I'm back. The point is that they were very careful along the way to update their trademark registrations every single time they updated their logo because they want to make sure that the new logo is protected. Now, what happens to the old logo? Well, it depends. If they have an intent to continue using the old logo in some fashion, then they can maintain the registration for the old logo. I suspect, though, that what most companies do is they just pretty much don't renew the old logo. So when you're talking about abandoning your trademark, you can do that a couple ways. You can do that by just not renewing the trademark and letting it go abandoned, by not filing your renewal at, year 10, year 20, whatever. You can also, if it's year 5, when the declaration of use period opens, if you don't file a declaration of continued use, your trademark will go abandoned. You can also file an express abandonment if you want to abandon your trademark application. And it doesn't really matter how you do it so much, but if you don't file the appropriate renewal paperwork, it will go abandoned of its own accord. It's not necessary to file an express abandonment. If you're going to be temporarily not using the mark, then that's not considered an abandonment, so long as you maintain the proper filing status with, the paperwork and the renewals and all of that. So doesn't really matter how you abandon it. If you stop using it for, more than 3 years, then it's presumed that you've abandoned it. Definitely if you don't file the proper paperwork, it will go abandoned. You can request to revive. You can file a petition to revive if it accidentally goes abandoned. All that costs is a little bit of money, and a trademark attorney that knows how to do that. I'm Angela Langlotz, and I go live every weekday to talk about trademarks. If you have trademark questions, message me on my Facebook page at facebook.com/TrademarkDoctor. If you like my page, you'll be notified every time I go live. You can also find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net. I'll see you tomorrow.